He is one of 5 Conservative MPs. He's also the Veterans Affairs Minister, and he joins me here in the foyer of the House of Commons. Welcome to the show, sir.
It's good to be
Happy St.
back
Jean
on the
Baptiste
hill.
Day,
Oh,
and all. You're working even on a holiday?
Yes, well, actually, it was a good day yesterday, and it's a long weekend, actually.
Okay, clearly you're in outreach mode to Quebec now. The Conservatives want to reestablish themselves in Quebec. What do Quebecers want from you now that they don't already have from the Conservative government? What's missing?
Well, I guess we have 6 great years, I would say, in terms of achievements. It's important to communicate. Of course, we had our challenges in the last 3 elections we've been through. I've been fortunate enough, it's been 3 elections, and I've been awarded with the trust of the people. It was the same thing yesterday for Jacques Gould, and I would say we could feel quite a lot of enthusiasm yesterday at this big rally. We were more than 500. It was we felt almost at a point in time we were in an election trail.
But you can't cover up the fact that you're still at only about half the popularity of the NDP, and that slipped quite a bit over the last year or so. Why is that? I mean, there must be something Quebecers are saying to you. You're one of the lead ministers from there saying, hey, we're not happy with what the Conservatives are doing. How do you fix that?
Well, actually, when you look at the things we've done over the last month or the last years, Quebecers are happy with it. They're very happy with our budget, actually. If you look at it, no tax increase, no whether on the income. We are moving forward like in immigration. We say, like just as last week, we say, we think it's normal for Quebecers and actually for refugees to have the same health care that the Quebecers, normal average Quebecers have. People agree with that. So I guess we have to tell our story better. Of course, we've had challenges. And one has to say, the Bloc was there for a long time, and we've been very good at fighting each other. Actually, you've seen the number in the last campaign. We elected more Bloc members than they did, but actually, we wish we had elected much more Conservative.
What advice is Mulroney former Prime Minister Brian Mulroney probably giving the Prime Minister, or likely to giving the Prime Minister, that you might agree with or disagree with?
Well, one thing is certain, I think, is I think the Quebecers wants to get more of Stephen Harper in Quebec. I think there's a strong need of people to get in touch directly with Stephen Harper and not with the things that the opposition, whether or opponent, are telling of Stephen Harper, but who is the real Stephen Harper. And the more Quebecers are getting to know the real Stephen Harper, like I've seen Stephen Harper in cabinet for the last year, for 6 years in caucus, and Stephen Harper has already demonstrated great respect for Quebecer. I'm proud to be a Quebecer. I was in St. Jean Baptiste Day. I wear the Quebec flag up, and I held it high during St. Jean Baptiste, and I'm proud to be a Conservative. So you can be a proud Quebecer, a Canadian, and a Conservative. That's the message people want to hear, and they want to have this understanding that Stephen Harper is showing respect for Quebecers, and of course is delivering on behalf of Quebecers. And frankly, on my side, I think he's done quite a lot for the last 6 years.
Is there a lot of pushback on the environmental policies, on the law and order agenda, which don't tend to be as unpopular in Quebec as they might be elsewhere?
Well, in terms of justice, we've seen the tremendous work that's been done by Senator Pierre-Luc Boisvenu. And I will tell you on this one, I think that really Senator Boisvenu was able to reach out to the people. And Quebecers, I would say, mostly are happy with what we've done with our justice agenda. It's just to say, well, why don't we put the victims ahead of criminals? That's a lot of sense, and I think this is a one that is relatively playing well. Well, we've seen 3 Quebecers out of 4 are supporting a tougher agenda on crime. Okay. Well, there we go.
Okay, you've still got 3 years to get Quebec back in your fold. Anyway, all right. I want to switch to your portfolio on the Bomber Command Memorial. You're heading over to London with over 42 veterans of Bomber Command from the World War II. Tell us what's the memorial all about? There's a new memorial going up near Buckingham Palace, I understand.
This is the first time we'll be paying, I would say, a worldwide, universal, large tribute to those who did a terrible fight in the Second War. This was the most dangerous fight that was ever undertaken, and more than 50,000 Canadians took part into it. And we lost 10,000. Many were made prisoners. Actually, I'll have a Bomber Command air pilot from my riding who's arriving here in Ottawa tonight. I'll be departing tomorrow on a D&D Airbus with pilot and a Bomber Command member from all over the country.
Is the whole, it was a bit of a taint, and there was a controversy over Bomber Command, certainly in the bombing of Dresden. Is that over now, do you think? Have people realize they weren't meaning to kill civilians, that it was almost a collateral situation?
Well,
and there was an awful lot of controversy, certainly in the War Museum, on that for a while.
Listen, I think that war is horrible, and the veterans themselves know it for, I would say, first-hand. But one thing is sure, when you would get in one of these airplanes, you had almost one chance out of two to survive.
I know, it's horrible.
And even though you would lose your friend, you would sail the day, I say sail, but you would fly the day after and fly over and over again. So what we're paying tribute to is the huge sacrifice these guys did, and actually they were part of this winning against the Nazi. That's what
Exactly.
was as well all about.
Destroy the war machine, or else you weren't going to win the battle. Okay.
It was the only way we could put the fight into Germany.
Yep.
They did it with lots of courage. So we'll be saying thank you.
War is ugly, and I appreciate you coming in, and the vets deserve it.
Have a great summer then.
Thank you, Mr. Blaney.
Thank you.
Okay, well, there's no easy way to make this segue, but we're going to go to the Egyptian elections now. It was the first free presidential election in Egypt's history, and ended with Islamist Mohammed Morsi of the Muslim Brotherhood in power. That raises a lot of